Hi, hello, good evening. We are starting a new project today, mostly because tomorrow I'll be going to the craft circle and I need a project that fits in my bag, doesn't contain many color switches, isn't a complex pattern, and won't be finished before I get home. The last part of that is important. Won't be finished before I get home. I have 5 hours of public transport time and 7 hours of being at a craft event. That's a lot of time. So, what I'm going to do, I have this Hyacinth Boucle from TheWeeYarnCompany in color Paranormal Factivity. I am obsessed with both the actual color, the texture, and the name of the yarn. This is a boucle yarn, and I got this with the intention of doing a little see-through top, so using bigger needles than recommended for the yarn. I did a swatch on 8mm needles and it turned out like this. I blocked it already to get an accurate vibe check on how see-through it is, and so I can do math with it. This is see-through enough for me, at least. The texture is really nice. I love the texture of this stuff. Very, very cool. Right, so the plan for this is just freehanding something. I'm going to sketch out what I want now, do some math to get started, and then I'm gonna cast on, put this in a project bag that can fit in my to-go bag for tomorrow. Normally I just put it in my bag straight, but I'm putting like a frozen water bottle in my bag tomorrow and I don't want the condensation to get all on this. Yeah. I'll update you when I have the sketch and the math and maybe a cast on. I don't know. Very excited to go to the craft circle, by the way. Like, I might not look it because it's really warm in here and I'm tired and I have deadlines, like crafty deadlines and uni deadlines. But I am very hyped. I'm also just tired. I will update you in a second. Okay, hi, it's a bit later. So the plan is to do like just one of those folded over collars that stockinette, because I don't think you're gonna see ribbing and then it's not worth my effort. Nice circular yoke, bit oversized, like wide sleeves but not super giant. And then after I split for the sleeves, I do a couple of rows in the round and then I split the sides so it's kind of like airy that way. That's the plan. I used 6mm to cast on for the neckline collar thingamajig. It's about halfway there, right? It's this again and then fold over and knit it together. But I just confirmed that it does in fact fit over my head, which that's important. And that's the only part that I really need to know before I leave the house, because that's the most counting intense part of this. I'm doing a circular yoke because that's easier for me in math. No proper actual thought behind it. This is going in my bag with the other needles and notions and whatever you put in your knitting bag, and then that's ready to go for tomorrow. Hype. I'm gonna finish some crochet stuff now. Yippee! Good night. Okay, hello. It's like 7:30. I am about to walk to the station, but first we have my frozen vitamin water and we're wrapping it in a towel because not only does it have a ton of condensation, but it also is prone to not sealing properly at the top. So that goes in a bag like this. And I'll attempt to have it upright, but it's not going to stay. And we have breakfast for later. It's too early for that right now. okay? And then this holds my project, and I've decided to just carry 2 bags because easier than putting a small bag inside of a big bag. Hi Neo baby. You cannot go with me, darling. So I have to walk to the station because I realized that I've got a new OV card, public transport card, whatever you want to call it. And it does have my student card on it, so it's free to travel during weekdays. But it's Saturday now and there's no money on it, so I can't really take the bus to the station. Here we go, Neo. Oh, little baby. So I'll walk to the station, put money on my card so I can go by train, and then I have like 3 separate trains that I need to catch. Yeah. Not excited about that at all, but at least the temperature is better than yesterday, so I'll be fine. And I'm getting some Neo before I am away all day. Are you gonna be so lonely, baby? Okay, bye. Okay, hello. Neo is right behind the phone, so if you get knocked over, that's why. I went home a little bit early because it was still really fucking warm. Much better than yesterday, but it was a lot, okay? So, starting out the day, I was miraculously, scarily very social. Because I noticed someone on the train had their ticket open on their phone already and they were knitting and stuff. So I was just like, hey, do you know how to walk from the station to the place where we're obviously going? And then I hung out with that girl until she had to leave. So fun, cool. Was not expecting to do that. I was expecting to be antisocial with my headphones, but sometimes I'm chill, I guess. Yarn makes that easier. Anyway, I got stuff. That was the plan, obviously. And I had some nice chats with people. Yes. First, earrings. I went to DelusionalDuck's little stand and I got so much. I got these little guillotines, very nice. And then I've stuffed them all into the same bag because I need to bring them upstairs, but I'll show you. We've got little suit sprites. And I will be wearing these on Monday because that's when I'm gifting a suit sprite plushie to someone. So that's on theme. The beads are so cute. I don't know if you can really see them that well, but they really just do look like that star candy. It's immaculate. Guillotines, suit sprites, little UFOs. I know that I already have a little UFO that's beaming up a cow, but these are cute, okay? And I like aliens. And I've been doing such a good job at getting desensitized to earrings being near me. I used to not be able to wear the little ones, the ones that just stay on your earlobe. And I've been slowly getting to the point where this is fine. This is okay now. Crazy. We've got a pair of mismatched socks. Obsessed. Very cute. Little cow print and cherries. There was a bunch of options and this was the cutest set. In my opinion. And then I've got worms. They're so cute. I like worms. I'm gonna wear these to the internship and see how people feel about the lot. I know that the UFOs will be fine because they like my little alien with the cow at the moment. I think the suit sprite will be fine. I think the socks will be fine. Maybe a bit giggly if they spot it. My biggest concern is these and these. These because they'll ask what it is and then they'll figure it out and they'll be like, ew, that's weird. And these, I'm assuming teachers will have a problem with because it's aggressive or whatever. None of my problems, none of my business. If they have a problem with it, they should tell me. Yeah, that's the earring haul. And then because Jessie is so fun and so cool, I got a baggie of bead soup. So a bunch of beads and little shiny things. I'm gonna see if I can do something with this. It's green. Very cool. I like green. And then there was this little Taurus skull thank you packet with a little plastic ducky in it and stuff, a sticker. Because apparently it was her birthday this month and she's giving out little gift packets because of that, so that's super cool. She actually gave me 2 of these because I mentioned that I had gotten some gifts from my mum. And she's like, oh, give one to your mum too. And I was like, sure, okay. That's everything from DelusionalDuck, I'm pretty sure. Then I got some stuff from, I am forgetting, SillyGooseYarns, question mark. I got this little apple carabiner. Very cute. It's meant to hold stitch markers and it came with these little tulip stitch markers. A red one and a pink one. Very cute. Very wholesome. And I got these leather or pleather, I don't know if this is real, I assume it's not, little sock ones with the yarn basket to hold it. Very cute. I feel like I'm gonna lose this though, because this goes on a ring. Yes. I've also got some art prints. One of these will be for my mum. I'm definitely keeping the bee because that's my favorite. But one of these is going to my mum and it's from SpinGodin. Very cool. That's the little trinkets. Then we got the basics. We got some NocturneStudio. This is some Striga. I also use Striga DK, so I know that this is a nice texture. This is a sock weight to match with my scrum sock, to be the colorful part of a colorwork sweater, and it's henbane, pretty sure that's how you say it. Then I've got some UndercoverOtter yarn. I've got, this is Folklore DK, 2 Ghost Town, just white. And 4 of these, I have no clue how to say that. Read it with your eyes. Cool. 4 of these. One of them has less purple in it, so I'm gonna have to make sure to alternate while working with this. That's just the sweater's quantity, right? Together, a little bit of white detailing on that. And then I went past FrogMouseStudio. I think I mentioned this in the video about the Crafternoon that Ross hosted a while ago. I got some of her yarn in Ross's D-stash and I decided to check out her table, and she had this little gotcha machine and I rolled these 2 mini skeins out of that. And then I decided to supplement those mini skeins with some more mini skeins. This one's a little messy, but that's fine. Some more mini skeins from the mini skein box. These 2 were $3.50 and these were $3 per. These were like leftover odds and ends. The fresh regular mini skeins are a little bit more than the mystery, I think. And that's everything I got. I feel like this is pretty reasonable. I stayed within budget at least, so that's cool. Neo's being a bit of a menace, and I'm gonna have to grab her in a minute, but first we have progress on this. As you can see, it is a little see-through, as intended. I've got the folded over neck line, and I'm doing a circular yoke like I said last night. At least I'm pretty sure I said that. Hope I did. I'm gonna put this on bigger cables sometime tonight and see if it is doing what I want it to do with the increases and whatnot. I am gonna put my yarn away and my trinkets and pull up. Oh! I forgot. I forgot a whole pile of stuff because it was behind the phone. Okay. This is also intended for my mum. Neo, don't eat that. It's baby. Criminal. This is a little reversible project bag from Fiber Rachel. Kira, the girly who I met on the train, wanted to go there, so this is the first thing I bought. This is for my mum. And then Aiden had some shirts. And I never have enough black graphic tees. Very cool. I was already thinking, why am I showing so few things? I feel like I got way more. I did. I got 3 more things and they're pretty sizable. But they were not expensive. Those shirts were very reasonable. That's nice. Sometimes merch is a bit more than I would like it to be, but this was fine. Neo, don't lick that. She is being a little menace. You just wait until I knit you a sweater, girl. Okay, Neo. We're gonna need to not do this. You're gonna need to not be doing this. So yeah, I need to gather my little things that I'm giving to my mum. And I'm just gonna put it in here. And then I need to put away my yarn, wash the shirts, put away my trinkets, put up my art. And then continue on the Hyacinth Boucle shirt, sweater thing. See you later. Hi. I have progress on this. It has grown. I'm on the final round of increases before I split for the sleeve. And I realized something great, something wonderful. So remember how at the craft circle I got these new stitch markers, the little tulips? Well, the little circle around them is bigger than those on my little silver stitch markers, which means it actually fits on the 8mm needles, so I can use it. That's great. I'm very excited about how this is working up. I have a little bit of time to finish the increases and maybe split for the sleeves today. Before I have to go to a meeting for a group project and be an academic weapon. In general, this week I need to be an academic weapon. I would like to just get through some of my deadlines early so it's not as stressful. I have been better at that this year compared to previous years, but also I'm tired. I'm over it. But that should be good, because if I'm tired and over it, I'm not going to be staring at the same document for like 7 hours trying to improve it. I'm going to finish it, I'm going to look at it, I'm going to go, yeah, that's fine, and submit it. And usually it is fine. I am very prone to that thing that some people do where you edit your work a lot and it becomes worse somehow. So maybe we will be done early. I'm hoping. I'm going to like be editing this later and then either be like, yeah, I did that, or I'll be really upset that I was talking about it and then I didn't do it. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I will at least have progress on this because this is my project for when I have a little break. Because it's easy. It's very simple. So that's nice. A little update on the Hyacinth Boucle Paranormal Activity sweater. No clue what I last showed you. I think it was before I split for the arms even. It's got a little elastic in the neckline, so it actually lays flat. Need to find a better way to hide this because I think I've done it wrong. Then I've split for the arms, big sleeves, did like 3 or 4 rows, and then I split so the front and back are 2 separate panels like I talked about. Working on one side, it's symmetrical. I didn't do German short rows on the neckline, so it's just gonna be the same until I decide which side is longer. But this is what it's looking like. The colors are very cool. Very excited about this. I will be taking this with me. I'm about to head out to an exam, and I'll be there way early in case of traffic or whatever. So I'll have to wait, and then I can work on this. Very cool, very fun, and I'll update you when there's visible progress again. Hi, hello. I've just submitted 3 assignments, which means that I get to spend the rest of the day working on this, or my socks, or play a game. Because that's enough work for today. Especially considering I have a very long day tomorrow. So, let me show you the progress. I've started on the other side, here, because I'm not quite sure what I want to do for finishing. So this side is now long enough or almost long enough, and I've put it on hold. And I put out a little poll on my Instagram last night if people think I should do a folded over hem on the bottom, like on the top, or if I should do ribbing, or if I should do one of those rolled over hems. And so far a lot of people are saying ribbing, but I am still not convinced that that's gonna show up all that well. But also, I don't think it really matters if it doesn't really show up that well, because it will make the panel lay flat. But now I need to consider if I'm doing the ribbing on the 6mm like I did the collar, or on the 8mm like the rest of the body is, because I don't really need this to cinch in at the bottom, because it's split on the sides, and it might look weird if it cinches in then, right? So because I'm not sure about that yet, I'm just gonna continue working on the other panel. And then when I make decisions, I will finish this side. But until then, there's a whole nother side to do. And theoretically, I could also do sleeves before I decide this. Probably won't, but there's a lot of time before I need to make choices. Hi, hello. Update on this thing. Hold up. The yarn is everywhere. I've finished one side of it. I've just done 3 rows of 1x1 ribbing as predicted. You cannot see the ribbing, but it prevents it from folding over, rolling over, whatever you call that. So that works. The other side is getting close to the same length, but before I decide if I want the lengths to be symmetrical or if I want the back to be longer than the front, which is nice, I'm going to start on a sleeve to see if that changes the fit at all. Because if this here cinches in even slightly, it will affect the length of this. The side that I already finished is on the longer end, so if this cinches in, then that side could be the front and then the back could still be longer. So I want to know what the sleeves do before I make choices on that. So we're starting a sleeve. Put these on hold, and I've got my needles. I'm gonna need to pull out a random cable. This is still the first skein of this, by the way. I did not need to buy 4 of these. But that's fine, because I'm definitely thinking of other things I can also make with this. So we're not upset at having 3 more. I was just expecting this to take more yarn. I don't know why. I'm really bad at knowing how much yarn knitting will take, okay? It's strange to me. I'm also bad at knowing how much yarn crochet takes. I'm bad at knowing how much yarn I need. I'd rather have too much than too little, especially on the hand-dyed, older colorways. I feel like if he was to re-dye this, it would be very obvious that it was a new dye lot. Yes. I'll update you when I've made choices on the sleeve and or front, back, whatever. Okay, hi, it's like 2 hours, a bit less, of very unfocused craft time later, and I finished my sleeve. I've decided that I'm doing short sleeves. I've taken notes on what I did. So I picked up my stitches that were on the little cord. I picked up 10 stitches in the armpit area that I made, like down here. And then I did 2 rows, and then I just did like 2 decreases around the center in the armpit. And I repeated that 3 times, and I did 2 more rows, and then I sized down my needles, and I did my 1x1 ribbing for 3 rows, and then I did a crochet bind off, and it looks like this. That's just a short sleeve. Don't know what else to say about it. It's a comfortable length, it's a comfortable width, it's very oversized, which is exactly what I want for this. I will be adding some more rows to this. This will be the back, and the side that's already done will be the front. Would like this to be just a bit longer. And then I need to do the second sleeve. I feel like this will be done this week, hopefully. Hi, hello, it is Tuesday. I just got home from the internship. And laundry finished, so my monkey is dry. I'm very happy about this, actually. Just got home. Yesterday I had that oral exam and I submitted one of my papers that's due on Friday. So now I have just one more deadline and then the year is done. One. Stressed out about it, but I should have plenty of time because it's not due until Friday at midnight. And it's now Tuesday afternoon. Doable. It's fine. Both of the panels are finished now. I sewed them together like a bit more in the armpit because it was looking a little bit strange with the sleeve and then like the way it looks from the side. Now it looks much better. So just one more sleeve. Just one more. And then give it a little wash and a block. And then it's done. This is still the first skein. I need to weigh this at the end. I didn't weigh the skein before I started. But usually yarn from Ross and Aiden and Misha is like closer to 110 than to 100. So, very interested to know what this weighs. It's light and airy. And that's better because it's gonna be warm again soon. It stopped being like super warm for a couple of weeks because it's been raining a lot. And I appreciate that so much. But we can't think that it's over because it's June. It's not over yet. We have July and August to get through still, and then September is also still a little bit warm usually. And then I get to be cozy, comfy fall season. So excited for that already. But also excited for summer because that means I don't have to use my brain cells for a few weeks. So excited about that. Thinking hurts. Yeah, I'm gonna work on this in between my breaks in reading for the paper I have to write, and then it'll be done and I'll show you. Probably after it's blocked even, I'll just show you the little try on. Alright? See ya. Hi. It is finished. And blocked. It's very comfortable. This is the fit I have on most of the t-shirts that I buy. So my guesstimations were very accurate. Winning. It's got the split, which looks to be at a reasonable place. It's like right above the hip. So it does the thing that I want where it shows some of your pants, but it doesn't like center weirdly with gravity. Very flowy. Very nice. And I think that with the tank top under it, like I have right now, that this is teaching appropriate, which is a massive win. I was worried about it not being teaching appropriate, but you can hardly tell any shade difference from a distance. Well, you can tell a shade difference, but you can't already tell the exact placements and whatever. So that's wonderful. Very cozy, comfy. Also today it's 30 degrees and I can wear this without dying. So that's great. We'll see how it is received tomorrow, I guess. I'm a big fan. I'm very happy with this. I'm also very happy with just how much of this yarn is left over because, well, I showed you a few times in between. There's still quite a bit of that first skein that went back into storage for a later project. I'm thinking a skirt, also in a silly big gauge for the nice twirly vibes, but we'll see. I might also hold a double with a different yarn and then have it be like really solid and warm. But if I'm doing that, it'll have to wait until a few months from now when it stops being warm here, I guess. Yeah, this is the same video that the craft circle was in. Let me know if you have any suggestions for the yarn I bought there, maybe. The Folklore Decay, I'm pretty sure I got from UndercoverOtter. I know what I'm doing with the yarn I got from NocturneStudio. That's going to be for a Dark Academia sweater, but most of the other stuff is up for suggestions. So if you have any good patterns that are super juicy and that you think I would like, let me know. Let me know. I'm always excited to find new patterns. And other than that, I guess you will see the next thing I make whenever that is done and uploaded. Thank you for joining. I'm gonna finish my essay now and sleep for like a week straight. I think that's what's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna finish my last deadline and then I'm gonna hibernate. but I'm ahead on schedule, so you won't notice. Hey, that's smart, right? Okay, bye.